get this started. So today we're doing magical ranged DPS. Um in Ishgard. Uh and I don't really want to like mess around. I want to jump right into it because these take a while to do. Started. Oh, Final Fantasy 14. I love it so much. Time for more. Go ahead and get Endwalker. I love this ninja outfit actually. Like even before I had the pants, it worked pretty well with the other thing that I had. I don't even remember what it was, to be honest. But I remember it worked. Like it. Okay. So for my magical DPS, I will be using Summoner. Uh, like I do like this outfit as black. That looks actually. But because it's Rydia's outfit, I have to leave it green. I don't care what Azu says. A lot of people really do try to like prey on people impatience. So like what I mean by that, you go in here, right? And like you're you're looking on the market board, you're looking on the market board. See these you see something for like 1,800, right? And then like you just click on it, right? You just click on whatever one's cheapest. But like you really need to go in here and see like Okay, so people sell them for like 900 or something, right? Then you need to just wait till they're proper price. But I understand because like when I was doing the leave webs yesterday, um, I sure didn't for price drops or anything like that. I was leveling my character or my job. Only level 56. Okay. See, like this person, right? All these people 100, 180, 200, 250, 4,000. Like, you really need to go in here. You click on history if you even know that it's there. And to look at the history because you should not be buying something for 4,000 gil. People sell it for like. I'm gonna sell mine. 100. In the grand scheme of things, though, it's just gil, and gil in this game really pretty easy to come by. Like I dabble a little bit. Yeah. In selling stuff on the market board, but not much. Like I literally just sell stuff that my retainers get usually. I don't go gathering stuff to come back and then sell it. I don't craft stuff to sell like specifically, right? There have been things that I've crafted that that I sell, but not because I crafted it to sell it, but because like I crafted it just to craft it, like for the experience, and then for my botanist, I don't need. Dun, 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 dun. 70 level 51 9, huh? So I think I'm capped. I'm capped on the astronomy ones. So anything I do today, like I don't need to do expert. I do need to do this one as level 2. Trials probably would be okay. Alliance raids I need 120. Like I can just ignore those the 50. Alliance raids can take a long time. Leveling will take me a long time just because I'll be leveling the DPS. I'll be leveling my monk, and that'll take a while for that queue up. 50, 60, 70, 80 dungeons though, I'll probably do that as a healer. Now, for a while there, I kind of forgot that what was I saying? Oh, I forgot that Rajat Han has a an airship place. Um, so I might have wasted a bunch of Etherite tickets. Might have. Dun, dun. Ishgardian delegate seeks a battle mage with courage unwavering. Ah, my lady, I have awaited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters, it pains to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See. To compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. 'Tis imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end we have begun. That makes sense. A dragon probably killed their family or something. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in whom we choose for this duty. Yet while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission would greatly benefit for the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. We would be hard pressed to find an individual who fits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? Oh, very well. We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. Oh, that is that really. Is settled. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Etherite Plaza. Lord Artoriel. Forgot how to say his name. We'll be there to receive you. May the Fury speed your way. Because it's not Artoriel. Because it's not spelled that way. I guess it could be. I don't know. I don't remember. Go to the airship landing. Get to Ishgard. For not too much monies. And not an Etherite ticket. Okay. 500 gil. Oh. Oh, I do have some. Quick. There we go. So let's go put these away quick. Actually, before I got these, I searched. I don't think I do, because I do have a bad habit buying stuff that I already have. Basically, wasting tombstones. Case. What's up, tutorial? I'd have to go watch a Heaven's Word cutscene. I have been expecting you. Words cannot well express how heartening it is. Have you fighting beside us? Allow me to echo that sentiment. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Ortriel and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. Your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. 'Twas a handful of days after the first appeared in Radzat Han. An Elizan man was observed at the hoplon in the pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible draconic. That's actually pretty. At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably, the temple knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the dragon man of Ishgardian. Since that day, the beast has oft been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time ere disappearing again. Alas, these brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, but thus far, we have learned not. We have, however, identified a common thread between those who subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. Okay, so they most likely all completely believe how Ishgard used to be. Probably think that it should still be the same. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, would be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war and not suffer another great tragedy, much less so. So the thing with religion is, whether you believe in like their deities or not, right? I think the main thing about religion is that it should be like focused on helping people, right? I don't know. That's probably not a good discussion for sure. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy, the sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at St. Raymond's Cathedral. Come, let us seek him out. Let us seek him out there at once. Wait, why do I have to be there? They're not gonna want to talk to me. I'm literally the person who, like, helped to change Ishgard. I remember how I longed for the privilege to. Now they make me a clear target for people's angers. I feel more guilt to them. That's actually kind of sad, but but I don't really know what the Ishgardian Church is all about, because all I've really seen of Ishgard, like, I don't think they don't really delve too deeply into what the church is like. It was more like political stuff. Chamber for the Hidden Mistress lies beyond a quite busy those without arrangements for an audience has to leave. I don't believe that person. Not so very long ago, few would have imagined Ishgardian knights marching beyond the bounds of their own domain. But we have ventured to the heart of Garlemald, fought for no less than the fate of the world itself. Our nation has changed. It needs to do so. Good job, Amaric. Lord Amaric, Lord Artoriel, and the savior of Ishgard beside you. Do me. I am Clem, and I serve as a deacon here in the St. Raymond's Cathedral. Understand you were among those at the Hoplon when the incident occurred. Give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc. Appreciate any details you can. Loath though we are to make you recall an unpleasant memory, not recount to us what you went that day. Is he gonna be like the lady that we just met to say, or whatever her name was? We are presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral, in case you were unaware. We had finished delivering a batch of tomes and were on our way to bring over another. As we approached the hoplon, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt than he transformed into a draconic beast. Fiend fixed us with the menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, the brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another. Why did he not turn? Praise the fury that you, at least, were spared, and Clem. Cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Bishop Vartina? Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present and wish to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of this scourge. Indeed, if there is aught you might do to aid your efforts, you would say it. You are most kind, your Grace. That was Bishop Bartonov, the head of Saint Raymonds, a member of the Synod. What is the Synod? The seat of the Archbishop vacant. He is, in effect, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. So, yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble a man as any I have ever known. Like his grace, I would do all that I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there is a request I would make of you. You can spare a moment to consider it. Of course, if it is within our power, we should be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. The deacon was no less terrified by the blasphemy than his peers, yet he alone did not turn. By what grace was he? That's my main question. In the wake of the transformations, a group of clergymen fled the city in fear. Yet, though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise. Crap. All the way over there. Ugh. I don't think I really slashed today. Yes. I am rather sleepy. Crap. Trust these inquisitors. You. Yes, and none the worse for wear. Thank Friends, forgive us if we have given cause for alarm. We come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourselves at greater risk by coming here. Oh, these are the people that fled the city. Okay. His Grace Bishop Bartino 2 worries for your health and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, you will be much safer there than in this wretched place. Servants of the Fury will never be safe in this city. This is your fault, and you and your accursed revolution. The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs, and spit in our faces. And now someone is conspiring to transform us into monstrosities. Enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. I'd sooner freeze to death and suffer your pity. What? Oh yeah, because so far we've only seen it happen with like despair and like sadness. I think this is the first time where someone's anger is what's causing them to transform. All I have ever done was in service to her. I am a good man. I do not. She cannot forsake me. This sword looks so awesome. I love that blue sword. Not allow him to harm any. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. Why do I have to go do the chasing? Well, I'm fine. G. Big problem Disney did is decades with Star Wars movies and war. Nope. None. Out. Like but I think Sorry, dude. I'm kind of sorry. Like I don't think that all of the priest people, I don't think all of them are bad. My favorite. Done. My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let us escort them back at once and then reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action. Maybe someday, big. Realize you should never listen to the intro. For our purposes, we have the use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without. He will show you in. I'm not sure what really needs to be done here. Because most people, actually all the people in Ishgard, right? All the people in Ishgard, nobody knew that they were being taught a lie. You just, when people in power are telling you something, people tend to believe it. And I don't mean power. I mean people who are supposed to not sure how to say this. Yeah, I guess it would be people in power. Whether it be something like some like government things or just things. In this case, when they say it, people believe it. Not everyone. For example, Biden is our president, right? He says something, there's like half of the people won't believe what he says based on their side, I guess. Wow, it's been a long time since I've been in here. Here we shall discuss our plans to deal with the blasphemy. Whensoever you wish to enter, you need but say so to the guard. Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergyman to St. Raymonad's to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair in turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Yet the risk would be greater still were we to keep them at arm's length, deny them the comfort of the church. Indeed, from the words he spoke, that inquisitor yearned for the days of old. It's not. I don't necessarily think that he yearned for the days of old. I think that um people treating him the way that they were treating him is what made him basically despise Amric and the new ways. Since the truth of the nation's founding and the archbishop's machinations we were made public knowledge, the church has been in turmoil. Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. It is not an easy thing to reconcile one's belief with the betrayal of our spiritual leader. Thus torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated and devout are like to turn. So it seems, but further investigation is needed ere we draw a definite conclusion. With the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight into their individual plights. Earl is eagerly awaiting Deacon Clem's report. Finished speaking with the rescued clergyman and will be here shortly to share his findings. Amric too is on his way. Let us wait for them. Deacon Clem. I don't know. Is he going to be sus? You would think if you knew an ought better. Like, okay, I don't want to talk about Disney Star Wars stuff when I'm doing this. We thank you for making the inquiries on our behalf. There was no imposition in the least. As I said, I'm glad to do all I can. So 'tis our understanding that those we escorted back were all close acquaintances of the Inquisitor who turned. Like him, they too had been the subject of harassment by certain quarters of the populace, correct? It is, I am afraid, and they are far from alone. Men of the cloth were once afforded respect and deference as servants of Helone. Now they are openly reviled by many. Yeah, see, this actually happens. Talking about this. Funnily enough, that we're talking about Disney Star Wars. But like now they are openly reviled by many. Like that happens nowadays. If somebody just says this person did this, right? Nobody, well, I not nobody, but a lot of people, a big group of people, won't do any sort of like fact checking or wait for actual like an actual verdict. People will just really quickly jump to just harassing the person as much as possible, and especially online when you don't know who these people really are, because you can just post stuff anonymously. um and that gets to people. Yeah, it's just text, but it gets to you if somebody says something about you, whether it's true or not, and all these people are just hating on you. That's what these people are having to deal with. Because, like I said earlier, not all of the clergy people are bad. We were complicit in perpetuating perpetuating terrible lies. This is true, but we too were misled. We too are victims, yet we are regarded by some as criminals. That's the thing. Well, do I understand the people's anger, but it saddens me to think that they would thus lash out at their fellow man, especially when we need solidarity most. Though I can imagine your plight, I would not presume to fully grasp your pain. Will you tell us of the challenges you and yours have had to face since the war's end? I hope this dude doesn't betray us. Like all sons and daughters of Ishgard, we dreamed of peace in our lifetime, but now that it has come, we have little cause to rejoice. Our faith has long been the foundation of our lives, and overnight that foundation has been crippled by fractures beyond repair for some. To learn that we had been deceived, and that we had wittingly deceived others in turn, was devastating. We who had once been shepherds to men found ourselves lost lambs, bereft of surety and wanting for guidance. We have languished in darkness, all of us. Yet I have faith that the church will redeem itself, that it will find a new path and again become a beacon of hope for the people. I see. Thank you for sharing this with us. Your testimony has confirmed our suspicions. According to our allies, that which causes people to turn is none other than their despair and anguish. If it wasn't before, it is now abundantly clear why members of the clergy are among the transformed. That you did not, I believe, is due to your unwavering faith in the church. In light of this, we would ask for your continued cooperation. Think. Of course, anything to help my brethren. Now that we have established the cause, that leaves us with the mystery of Profane Fafnir's identity. The progenitor of these troubles Could he too have been a man of the cloth? From what I recall of his garb, I doubt it. He was dressed in the common fashion and inadequately against the cold besides. It is said that something of the individual may remain in the blasphemy, influencing its behavior. We can determine what instincts drove profane Fafnir. We may learn who it once was, and this knowledge, I believe, will prove vital in our efforts to stop it. I have to pee. Deacon Clem, we ask that you reach out to your fellow clergymen. Please do what you can to ease their anxiety. Understood. As I have ever done, I shall provide what comfort I can to those in need. Meanwhile, we must make it a priority to identify the blasphemy. To that end, I would seek out more eyewitnesses. I propose we make pillars. If you could attend to the Hoplon Trail, Artry, whatever, and I will look in the surrounding areas. Okay. Oh, I accidentally have it on. I'll be right back. 1 second. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Oh, I never... Green... I gotta go. I can't mind just be like right outside this door. Da-da-da. What am I looking for again? No, I didn't see that dragon, nor would I have wished to, frightful as it sounds. They say it wasn't a Dravanian attack, but if not, then what was it? These people don't even know what's going on. People. Aid, citizen? What's that mean? I wasn't present for the incident at the hotline, but a young man poorly dressed for the cold that I recall him well, because an aide from the St. Andrews was searching for him. He was a patient at the infirmary and by coincidence had the same name. Hey. Buddy. Wait, did I lose all my timers or something? But, the dragon appeared at the hopline? Aye, I saw it with my own eyes. One moment an Elizin, the next a terrible beast. He was a heretic, I take it? What? Probably some cold water. Go this way. Run. Sprint. Oh. 5. There you are. Your search yield any fruit? Boot. Patient of the firmament's infirmary, you say? Among those with whom I spoke, one claims to have witnessed an individual fitting that description. A man walking in stupor, who did not seem to feel the cold. If he had wandered straight out of the infirmary, it would explain his state of attire. Yes, I dare say we have found our blasphemy, but to think that his name should be Vandrew. Why? 'Tis the same as that of former Heavensward Commander Sir Vandrew de Rochemonde, for whom the infirmary is named. When was he? Sir Vandrew, however, retired from his station at a ripe old age some years ago. 'Tis not like to have been him. In any case, we have a lead. I shall head to the infirmary at once. Pray wait for me in the broom. Broom? Like, broom closet? Off window. Okay. Look at this. Look at these stairs, yo. It's ridiculous. Could do. So I don't have to run. So are these houses open now, or are we still waiting? You know, I know some people want like their mansions or whatever, but if I could just have if I could just get a small or medium house, I'd be happy with that. I don't I don't really want a house in Ishgard, to be completely honest. Um, but the apartments are too small. Yes. Loverick, the aide who was in charge of Vandria. You found him? Oh, please say you have. We have not, I'm afraid, but we seek to and hope that you could tell us more about him. May we ask how he came to be at the infirmary? He was found by a patrol in the Central Highlands. After being treated for his hurts, he was brought to us for convalescence. Being in the prime of his years, he had been doing well, but then... Assume it isn't Sir Vandria. Oh no, he's definitely a different person, as I told Lord Trial. And though he gave his name as Vandria, he seemed rather confused, and we had no means to confirm his identity. In his state, he shouldn't be wandering around on his own. Please, you must find him. Huh. Not sure what to make. Seems a bit frantic. The man who recently turned into a beast was at the Hoplon. Regret to say it may have been Vandria. What? No, how could this be? If there is there aught else you can tell us? Things he may have said or done while in your care? While he was still unconscious, he would often ramble, though most of it was incoherent. He mentioned the archbishop many times. Oh, and he spoke of a bishop too, Bishop Bardino? I assumed he was a pious man given this. I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We will continue our investigation, and should we confirm what became of Vandria, inform you forthwith. The thing about it is, if we find the blasphemy, like if you were to find the blasphemy and kill it before you got any sort of like story on them, you would have no idea who it was. Berm Bermelbert. Interesting. So far, I'm not liking this one as much as um the physical range DPS one, but it's okay so far. At least it doesn't have stupid Fordola in it. Mystery remains, but we are one step closer to identifying the man who became Profane Fafnir. It's making me laugh because one of the people I've been talking to about these role quests, they like Fordola for whatever reason. So their favorite was the healer one. And the one they liked least was the tank one. Indeed, though he did not first appear to be a member of the clergy, his words betray a fervent faith. And how curious that he should speak not only of the Archbishop, Bishop Bartino specifically. Perhaps he was personally acquainted with his grace? In light of the possibility, I believe we should speak with him directly. I will request an audience, but his grace has many demands upon his time. It may be a while before we are seen. Okay. So I do think I'm gonna put this. So I've kinda realized something out. I have said I felt I thought best thing get to point getting ready full and or leave finish all now, but now that I've been doing this after finishing you that it's actually better just pulling up jobs as you go. These pulls because they've all been like They like all start in their own areas, so there's like 5 different ones, right? They like there's 5 different ones, but then by the end they all like merge with the main story quest. So I do think that instead of like I did it where not healer because I did that one first. I did it where I leveled up all the way to like level 89 or 90. And then I'm doing them all in like one shot. But I definitely think like ninja level 86 or 85 bard, summoner, and paladin, whatever healer, let's go white mage, all of them at 85, right? That's when the first one unlocks, and then you want to go do all of those level 85 role quests and then be done, and then go level up, and when you get to the level 86, go do the rest of them. I don't know, like, I definitely feel like you want to do them alongside the MSQ and not just do them in a big chunk like I'm doing. Excellent timing as ever. Clem has just sent word that Bishop Bartino will see us now, by which I mean right this instant. It is extremely short notice, I know, but it would not do to miss the opportunity to how he and Bandrio may be connected. Not wishing to keep his grace waiting, Lord Aymeric is already on his way to St. Raymonad's Cathedral. Like, and then you got these people in the church that are like fanatics. Like the one dude who threw that kid off of the roof, like, that really doesn't help with the church's image. Come, let us hurry there ourselves. And this story, like, somebody somebody has to be sus, right? Somebody has to be a suspect, and I'm not entirely sure how it is. Intro, is it Clem? Is it Aymeric? Full glad am I that you could join us. My lords, I am so sorry. I informed his grace that you were making your way hither, but shortly before you arrived he recalled that he had urgent business and had to leave the cathedral at once. Okay, this Clem dude's not super sus yet, but the bishop dude, is it a bishop? I don't know what that is. Yeah, seriously, like how do you say you can meet people and then leave? Well now, even the savior of Ishgard should be here. Grace, perhaps 'tis simply our misunderstanding. But we were under the impression that you had granted us an audience. Lord Speaker. Rest assured, I was just about to return to the cathedral. What are you acting like? There's no need. It will not take long. You may have heard we are investigating a young man named Andrea. Is he known to you? No, no. I cannot say he is. The exception of the former Archimandrite, I am sure I know no one by that name. Ian and the archbishops are known to many, yes. Perhaps this youth took inspiration from public services over which we presided. Goodly soul that he is, will glad him I his faith was of comfort to him in sickness. Okay, so this is where we're gonna see. It will and must. Lord Americ spoke the truth when he revealed the Archbishop sought primal powers to strengthen the people's faith. In the course of cataloging His Eminence's personal articles, I came upon his journal. Therein he had written that through abundant ether and fervent prayer, it is possible to make gods of men. All the power we require relies in this place, this Oz's law, by channeling the essential elements into the soulless flesh and sword we found. What? We shall summon forth King Thordan, his knights 12, and by his blessing, Ishgard shall be restored to its former glory. Oh. What's this? It's an ordinary man, scarcely changed from before? Wow. Actually, a terrible. Actually, terrible. So is he the one that turned into the blasphemy? Oh, I forgot he knows about the past thing. should know full well that summonings is strictly forbidden. You will accompany us to the congregation. Explain yourself. I've dedicated my life to the church, conducted my affairs in accordance with the scriptures, and taught others to do. You took it all from us, tore down everything that defined us. He's gonna turn. I actually don't really care. You cannot know how it feels to have your very existence rejected, to be forsaken by your community. Well, I deny you justice. I deny an Ishgard where the church has no place. That it should come to violence yet again. That your hand had not been forced, my lord. Deacon Clem should not be alone at this time. I shall remain with him while tending to the aftermath. When things have settled, I will return to the congregation. Pray go on ahead and get some. Not going to be taken well by the church. I think that's what I'm gonna say to Drifter. Say that. I'm gonna say I feel like so far the Ishgard is the weakest one, but at least it didn't have Fordola in it. How fares the deacon? Well enough, given the circumstances. Though understandably shaken, he is more determined than ever to help his fellows. Truly, he is possessed of a stout heart. But to think that even a member of the Synod could succumb to despair in turn. The crisis gripping the church is far graver than I had imagined. Pushing for such an abrupt separation of religion and state, we may have exacerbated growing divide between the clergy and the general populace. He should seek to use one of Aleg's unholy abominations to create a primal. Yet that which manifested was not like thought, but rather retained the form of a man, one driven by the desire to protect the archbishop. May safely assume the bishop did not have sufficient ether. Bereft of Nidhogg's eye, the sword Ascalon has such power. Nor does that of the warring triad remain to be harnessed, thanks to your valorous interest. Oh, Kind of forgot about that. Would he just like not say that line? But if the summoning failed, how did the clone come to possess life? And what purpose drives it? Lack of ether notwithstanding, the necessary components were present for a summoning. Perhaps the ritual itself was a success, and the vessel, though imperfect, arose as a champion of the Archbishop. Yet how did he come to be in the Central Highlands? Believe that this clone and the man who became the blasphemy are one and the same? Nay, I merely speculate. Yet considering what we know of the clone and Danger seem a likely possibility. Whatever the truth may be, it will not elude us forever. First, I must lay some groundwork for the next phase of our investigation. God's permitting, I will have news to share ere long. So pray look in on us when you can. Yeah, I feel like if you were leveling jobs up on the side, doing these as at the proper levels would be fine. But the going to Ultima Thule, I think that those are level 89 quest chains. So probably go back, right? You are ever a sight for sore eyes. Ill tidings, my friends. I dispatched the Temple Knights to find the clergymen who aided in Bishop Bardino's summoning attempt. Regrettably, when confronted, all turned and had to be put down. Ah, what? Maintaining the assumption that they are, perhaps we should instead consider how Bandrew may have found his way to Kurthus. According to Haruhi's vision, he was abandoned in Oz's law, but what did he do afterwards? Splendid idea. We leave the floating continent in your capable hands. Yes, I don't really. Meanwhile, Haruhi and I shall retrace Vandrew's steps whence he first appeared. Is this when Americ accompanies you? On being found in the Central Highlands, he was taken to Camp Dragonhead. Let us begin by making inquiries there. I didn't sleep enough. I feel so sleepy. Well, now, if it isn't the late Lord Orchifon's dear friend, there's something you require? Ah, yes, the mystery man. I was among those who tended him. He was not attired for the snow, much less the snowstorm in which he had been caught, and was suffering from frostbite. When people are extremely cold, they may mistakenly feel that they are warm and disrobe. Really, that's interesting. Huh. Investigating the stranger we found, are you? I wasn't involved myself, but I can't tell you much about the fellow, but in case it is of interest, earlier the same day I caught sight of an airship flying dangerously low. Oh, okay. What are you doing here? I thought you were an old Charlatan. I believe he has a picture for it on it. I saw you off in the Ragnarok. I had every faith that you would return, and here you are. More dependable comrade a man could not hope for. Kind of have to pee. Ah, it is ever an honor to receive you. What brings you to our humble camp this day? Injured man was found out in the wilds? Yes, I know the one. I was with the patrol that chanced into him north of here. Providence Point. He was unconscious in a bad way, and we hurriedly bore him back to camp. After doing what we could for him, we sent him to the city. Oh, a mysterious man found collapsed after an airship was seen flying low. Yes, the accounts I heard are everybody can enjoy Améric, I guess. And I'm back. What is with the music? Sometimes I swear this game sometimes has music bugs. I actually think that it looks pretty cool though, that this dragon thing. Like I like its like blue and white colors. Look pretty cool. It looks a lot better than the other ones. Eminence. Must protect his eminence. So, so he's one of the Heavensward dudes? Alone be praised. How are you feeling? Strong enough to speak? Can you tell me your name? My name My name is Bryn? No. Herbert? Or is it Elgwin? Elgwin? Holocrane? Wait, is this Cherubert? I don't even remember most of the I don't remember any of the Heavensward dudes' names. Like that Cherubert, I know that was one of them. I don't remember what he looked like. So many names swirling in my mind and voices that reject them. Is there none they will accept? All right. Vaindrio. My name is Vaindrio. Well, now that's the same name as our infirmary. I dare say fate has guided. Come on now. If your infirmary is named after someone, the people working there would they know? Would they know who? who their place of work is named after. And if somebody had that same name, wouldn't you think that they were like family to them or something? You tell me about yourself. Anything else you remember? Anything at all? A proud son of House Zemile, nay, a devout servant of Halone who lives for the rush of battle, pleasure of inflicting in the pleasure in inflicting pain, the attention of maidens, fight beside my brother in arms. Maidens, huh? I didn't think that the Heavensward dudes were about that. A low-born runt. Every effort went unrewarded. Very name disqualified him from ever leading the temple knight. His eminence raised me up, granted me a place at his side. That day forth I pledged my sword to his service, pledged my very being, my life to be offered up in defense of him. I am a knight of the Heavensward, born to protect and serve the Archbishop. Oh, you're a knight? Forgive me if that sounded rude, but I had no idea, and while I realize your memories may be a bit muddled, I'm afraid I must inform you that the Heavensward have not been seen in quite some time and are presumed dead. The Archbishop, well, he is certainly no longer of this world. Being a nurse, I feel like she should know better than to say something like that. Okay, honestly, I don't care about anybody that's part of the Heavensward. So, so like, I don't really care about this dude. Oh, for the glory of King Thornton. This one too just runs away. So annoying. Another vision, I take it. Let us make for Ishgard. I expect that Lord Oriel will soon return soon if he has not already, and we both be glad to hear your tale. So, like this one, I swear, whenever there's like a story in Ishgard, all I can do is be really annoyed at Ishgardian. Specifically, like the people who are stuck in the old ways, which I mean I understand. It's not like it's been decades. It's only, it hasn't been that long. But just get so annoyed with um the Ishgard stuff. Just annoys me. I can't even explain it. So far, the bard can ink. Cool. DPS. Cool, right? Thank you. Wow. Heck. Really? Cool. Yes, yeah. And it's about like guard. I'm not gonna put. Oops. Like I don't think that this story of this one is all that bad, but it's just the same Ishgard stuff. The people of the church being evil. My finger hurts. Dun, dun, dun. Everyone is here. Excellent. So, were you able to find our clone in Oz's Law? Nay, not but the discarded Ascalon remained. How fare you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands? In the course of retracing Vaindriu's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Soleil. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned in Oz's Law and tried to use it to return to Ishgard. But he crashed en route and was subsequently rescued by a patrol from Camp Dragonhead. So it would seem, and the Archbishop's airship was not the only thing we found. Profane Fafnir was there too. The creature chose to flee, but not before he had a vision of Vaindriu's past. Go on, my friend, share with us what you witnessed. Outfit. All the pieces fit, and it is as you surmised, my lord. Vaindriu and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair he turned into the blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibited when asked his name is as if he wasn't sure of his own identity. According to the Scions, primals retain the memories of their previous incarnation. For this, it may be assumed that the clone harbors the memories of all those who became King Thordan and his Knights 12. Though he struggled to reconcile these conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vaindriu. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Haruhi, mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Above all, however, they share in the desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared into Vaindriu's very being. He learned that he no longer had a purpose. Heaven's word took up arms against us and Ishgard. By their hand were we robbed of one of our finest knights and a dear friend. Or Chiffon. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them. The selfsame fate inflicted upon full many clergymen, and fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church's leadership, nor should they, absent the comfort of stability once afforded to them by the institution. Many have become lost and are all too vulnerable to despair. The church can still be a source of comfort, but things change. Yeah, because it's not like who they worship, the Fury, Alone, right? It's not like the deity was like telling them what to do. It was their own history and lies. As long as the church is like their main focus is trying to help people, it's not a bad thing. It's when the people at the top become corrupted is when things go bad, because they can influence how people think, basically. People don't have to forget, but they need to move forward. Oh god, Dragon Song's so good. They need to. I kind of agree with this one more. Thought as much myself, my friend, but to hear you say it as well, indeed, when the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find the strength to move forward, even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Archer, at the next house session, I shall call for an ecumenical council to be held. I don't even know what that means. My lord, such a gathering is reserved for... Oh. You intend for the church to codify a new doctrine. Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in church affairs. But if the church is to remain part of Ishgardian society and continue serving the people, it must reconsider its role and formally address recent revelations. As a humble adherent of the faith, long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. Now have it thanks to you. I shall tend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those of the clergy who are amenable to reform. I ask for your patience in the meeting. Okay. It's like every time there's something happening in Nishgard, he's just so annoyed. Set of Artorial's job betrays a hint of it. Owing to Lord Americ's swift action, I am pleased to say that the Ecumenical Council will soon be held. Oh god, is there going to be a lot of dialogue? In case you are unaware, the council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago. 4 archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it save that which they have read in the historical records. Traditionally, the archbishop and members of the synod would meet behind closed doors. In light of Bishop Bardano's fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. Indeed, for the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have a hand in shaping the mission and the teachings of the church. It is my hope that you will also join us in this endeavor. Allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. I merely heed my conscience and my faith. Acting in Bishop Vardano's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the church may serve the people once more. I shall proceed to the vault with the good deacon. Meantime, I ask you find Lord Aymeric in the last vigil. Oh, is this where he accompanies you? And all the fangirls swoon and wear out their hug emotes? I love this outfit, to be honest. That's actually my favorite summoner outfit, is that. I think it's level 60. Yeah, I think it's level 60. Everybody is always right here at this spot right here. Guess it's just because it's the place with the best view. Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I have been thinking on the path I have chosen to walk, and on those who have been left behind as a consequence of my actions. Those who died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position and purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recalled the differences we once set aside out of necessity, find amongst our old friends and new ideological foes. The future I had envisioned is far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for our people to live in harmony, for our nation to move forward as one? Such questions I have been pondering. We should begin making our way to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk? I have to poop real quick. Behind by entering a different area, putting too much distance between you, or by speaking with him and selecting the option to part ways. Wish to have Amaric accompany you again. Return and speak with him to the location. Though we haven't much time, I'm glad for the opportunity to stroll about the city with you. Amaric, probably don't even know, but I'd say about 90% of the female player base would would let the final days happen if they could just walk with you all the time. Feels like another age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards, as for Tom. And in actual fact, it may be considered so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragon Song War, ushering in a new age of harmony. Pave the way for meaningful change in our nation. For that you shall ever have my gratitude. I forget about that little dragon sometimes. King Thornton and his Knights 12, the murderers of Radatasker. Since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have demanded that these images be torn down. Oh. Interesting. I didn't even know there were statues there. Yet, though what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them, their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years. We have the chance to forge a new future, but we as a nation must decide how we will confront our past. Oh, they're over there too. Okay, interesting. Forgot about that little dragon. I thought that little dragon was in the firmament for some reason. There you are, my friends. The council is about to convene. Let us take our place in the audience hall. Esteemed members of the clergy and honored adherents of the faith, thank you for your attendance. Hey, why are people sad about Shadowfang? In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Alone's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, We must strive to ensure that all Ashgardians, clergymen and citizens alike, both abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end, I called this ecumenical council the first in generations, that we might together determine a path forward for the church and our society as a whole. Since antiquity, this guardian Orthodox Church served the people in two respects: as the Furies' spear to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as the Furies' shield to safeguard the souls of men. Now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church needs no longer to serve as the spear, and so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as a shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, and investigations conducted, trials held. If the evidence is sufficiently damning, then we may turn our attention to their doctrine of lies. As our predecessors did before us, we of the Synod have ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, thence conveyed Halone's will to the people. The people he's talking about rank are sitting right next to him. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? Bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at a crossroads, unable to take the next steps forward. His Grace Bishop Vardano, may he walk in Halone's halls, was one such soul, and in his longing for simpler times, he resorted to using forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. Oh, look! They put worship font back here. Oh. In our minds, we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built. But in our hearts, we yearn for the righteousness, misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we were. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggle to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Thordan weighs heavy, and there is the temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who went before, countless souls who served the people with fierce intent. And so, heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Friend Haruhi risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us, the truth that our legends and our scripture were tainted by betrayal, not wholly corrupted. Though the great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception, they rest upon a foundation immutable and true. Our devotion to Halone, whom we have worshipped since before our forefathers settled these lands. The church is a font of practical wisdom, and its teachings guide us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith no less than the lies. We can acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Aye, and without rejecting who we are. A comprehensive review of scripture as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions, as appropriate, must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. I like how I like her style. It looks awesome. With your peerless knowledge of church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I actually don't even know who her name is. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tomes. I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Halone's work once more. That day, so very long ago, I had no answer to my father's work, but it seems the people had it within them all along. That is a huge table. I don't understand why that table is that. With this, the church and the people have taken their first step towards a brighter future. His well Lord Aymeric interjected when he did. The council went better than I had dared hope. Truly, while the details remained to be decided, 'twas a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Haruhi. In the face of great hardship, never did she hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten that. Indeed, well do I remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back. In making possible the impossible, you inspired us all. I kind of forgot I did that. In you we glimpsed the fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to your example, we shall endeavor to bring about change to the church, for the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, still be those souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair, but my fellows and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. For what is faith, if not salvation? Well, I had best return to the cathedral. We have much and more to do. Ah, but ere I forget, I have tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen to with all haste. Repairs. Ship? I'm glad that dude wasn't sus. I had tasked the deacon with finding a certain item. Secret weapon, one might say. Given what we know of Profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. I prefer Jean Bang Ninja definitely that would utilize maybe sack. That's a poison. Yeah, I really don't care about dots. Like obviously, if there was like, I don't know, if there's some sort of job that was like really specific in that it should be utilizing poisons or something, it would make sense. But summoner, like summoner doesn't need dots. Bad tidings. Since the ecumenical council, not a single soul has turned. Safe in that knowledge, we need only think of how to hunt down the blasphemy. Like Amric knows we're here and shows up just at that time. Ah, you are here too. Excellent. I am pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. We now look to dealing with profane Fafnir. As you will recall, when last we encountered it, it was lying in wait by the Soleo. Instinct driven by its inherited memories. It seeks to protect that which it most strongly associates the Archbishop. In all likelihood, 'twas the selfsame motive that compelled it to come to the Holy See. From the skies above, it keeps watch over the Holy Vault. When next it descends, we shall exploit this instinct by using the secret weapon to lure it to the chancel. What exactly is the secret? Oh, 'tis none other than the Fury's Grace, the holy crozier of the Archbishop. I don't even know what that means. Expecting that Bishop Bardano had retrieved it from Oz's law, I had Deacon Clem search his private quarters. My suspicion proved correct. With the crozier in hand, I shall make an irresistible bait for profane Fafnir. Lord, that is an unconscionable risk. There is no telling how the blasphemy will react. Indeed, but we can be confident that I will command his undivided attention, thus ensuring that no more of our citizens are placed in harm's way. If the Heaven's Word are the Archbishop's shields, then the Temple Knights are the people's. As leader of the Order, the risk is mine to bear. All the Knights of the Heaven's Word fell in Oz's law as a vessel for their memories. Vandrew may be considered the last of their number. Let us go then and relieve him of his their duty. There. Let us see to our preparations and proceed to the vault. We finish this once and for all. It's gonna be in the vault? That's right outside, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Real is also up too. When the battle begins, Lord Amric and I will draw the blasphemy's attacks. Seize the opportunity to bring your magics to bear against it. Okay? If you are ready, then let us set forth. You need but say the word. Go. Ready. The beast has come. Now is our chance. I don't understand why the dragons land like that every single time. Like even when they land in like peacefulness, they still land like that where they like roar and stuff when they land. Oh, you are not he. Trick. It is a trick. Forgive me, Sir Vandry, but for the sake of all Ishgardians, we must strike you down.
It ends here.
Amaric is arcane.
You underestimate me.
Somebody has a heal. That's good.
There.
I don't like the Phoenixes and Kindle. I really don't.
Do not underestimate me. must stand our ground! You underestimate me!
Oh, I didn't even see those.
I will not falter!
Oh.
This knight does not yield!
So far though, be sleepy. So even though I kind of feel like I slept close to an hour between 9 and 10, like I don't think I really did. I think I was awake. I think it was just one of those times where I was just laying in bed, like half asleep, but not actually getting enough sleep. It's so crazy that it just like appear. Thus ends the tale of the heavens word. Let it not be forgotten. It was wrong of them to conceal the truth of our nation's founding. To abet the archbishop in his machination. Yet in peering into their hearts, one thing became clear. They too had succumbed to the primal manipulation. They too were victims, flawed men, aye, and not without sin, but Ishgardians brave and true as all aspire to be. Having triumphed the battle of ideals, I have a responsibility to all our people. Their hopes and dreams, their sorrow and suffering are mine to bear, and bear I shall. For had you not vanquished King Thordan, or had I erred in but my choices, I may well have been the first to succumb to despair, to be reborn a blasphemy. Yeah, I mean that's kind of difficult to say, because when you start thinking of like doing things differently, like how things would have turned out, like the final days might have been a lot different. You might not be who you are, you know. Really? I don't know about this one. My apologies. 'Twas not mine intent to wax. Our work here is done. Let us return to the congregation. It's like left the staff there. Let's scratch on any of my gear. I still hate having to repair my gear. Permit me to offer my gratitude for helping us to overcome not only the blasphemy, but the despair which spawned it. But this is only the beginning. On the face of it, we may have made tremendous strides in breaking down ancient barriers within our society, but there yet remain great rifts to be bridged. It is no easy thing to rise above a lifetime of preconceptions and prejudice. I myself have struggled to do so, as you must know. But I shan't give up. On the honor of my house, I will do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard, one in which all people can eye to eye, regardless of birth and station. My lady, may I say how glad I am that you are safe and well. Just before you arrived, Lord Amric explained to me the true nature of the man who became the Black. The poor, confused creature was born of the church's mistakes, and half of the clergy? I give you my heartfelt thanks for laying it to rest. As we work to reform our institutions and rebuild our relationship with the people, we will remember and pray for all those who have fallen in service to the faith. And we shall pray for you as well, wheresoever your path may lead. Fury ever watch over you. Lord Artriel, I thank you for the vital roles you played in ridding us of profane Fafnir. As ever, the sight of you in combat was nothing short of inspiring. With no further reported instances of people turning and the blasphemy itself no more, I should like to believe we are free of the scourge despair. My brethren and I shall labor to see that it ever remains so by fighting to dispel the darkness in our hearts. I shall fight with you, not only as the Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander, or of the Temple Knight, but as a man of faith in our God and in our people. By now you will be sick unto death of being thanked, but I must nonetheless express an additional word of gratitude. Full oft have you saved our nation. I speak not only of our lives, but our hearts and minds as well. You have given us a great gift, that of opportunity and choice, and if we are to repay you for it, we as a nation must take full advantage of our freedom to dictate a new course forward into a brighter future. What forward means we may not always agree upon, but as fellow Ishgardians we shall find a way to rise above our differences and united. That is the nation that I will strive to build, I swear to you. Given all that you have done for us, I am loath to impose further. May I trouble you to bear word of our... Okay, you know what? Every single one has told me to tell them what happened, but they literally have think pearls. Like, they could tell him right now. Okay, a first-hand account. Okay. Our thanks again, my friend, and may the fury speed your way. Oh. Job is done. We're on our way. Can we go back in there? I don't think we can. Can we? That's really funny. Ding ding ding. So I finished that one slightly. I would save 2 gil, but then it just costs more. Let's just... Oh, I finished that one about 15 minutes under 3 hours. I lost there for a second. Be tired. Hopefully tonight I go to sleep a bit earlier. I hope that the hunt for the blasphemy was a success. That you would vanquish the beast comes as a little surprise, but that this occasion would serve as an impetus for the church to embark upon a path of reform is incredible. I will share these joyous tidings with our allies without delay. If I may speak candidly, I must confess to being a great admirer of yours. When you have a moment, I should like to hear about some of your adventures, if you do me the honor. For the present, however, in my official capacity as the Ishgardian delegate, I offer you my humblest thanks for your immeasurable service to our nation. Don't even use that gear anymore. So all I have left is the melee one. The thing with Fordola is I don't like the character. The thing with Fordola is that I was watching a video about her. Well, not about her, it's just she just happened to be part of it. Like, yeah, like I feel like, I don't know, I don't really talk to people about it, I guess, but I feel like people think that she does the things that she does because she thinks that she's doing what she thinks is best for All Amigo, but she's not. She, like, the video I watched, they said that, like, they said she's just trying to do what's right for All Amigo, and then they immediately play a line of hers where she literally says that all she wants is to make them pay. Like, she's the thing she did to her own people, she did it because she wanted them to pay. I don't think she's thinking of Al Amigo. But of course, I could be wrong. Kind of like that. Has that little cloth on it for some reason. Shadow. I think those are kind of tricky to get. Not tricky, but just a little harder to get than some other ones. Circlet. Oh, get rid of at least the blue zircon and the pewter ingot, and probably the rock salt. Northern sea salt. B1. Was it again? Northern salt? Northern sea salt. I mean, it's only one thing of salt. If I can go gather it, I can gather enough. But direct hit rate. Piety. Nobody uses piety. Spell speed. Alien onion. Blood tomato. Hydrolon. Avenue. That's number. Run them all. Iceberg. Okay, so blood tomato, right? Yeah, blood tomato is the only one that's not in Endwalker. Yeah, that one's in. I'll actually enjoy collecting this one because I love that song, Ultimathol. So Psychon Salad is something I need to gather so I can make that, because 560 spell speed, I think that would be the highest one that I have. Right now I use Zephyrs. And I have a bunch of these, so I need to try to use them up. When I'm doing some dungeons later, I guess I could use them up. And baked aliens. Oh, they're both 5.6. I see. So termination dude, quick. The determination seems to be okay. Affects the amount of damage dealt by both physical and magic attacks. Affects the rate at which your physical and magic attacks land direct hits, slightly dealing more damage than normal hits. The higher the value, the higher the frequency. Affects the amount of physical and magical damage dealt as well as HP restored. The higher the value, the higher the frequency with which your hits will critical / higher the potency of critical hits. Direct hit rate and determination. Skill speed is just how fast you speed. Hmm. So I need to go. Another thing I should probably do is I should go to my retainers, and I should clean out all of their crafting material, because honestly I'm not going to use like any of it, and I need to go start gathering and crafting all this crap. Oh, there's northern sea salt. All this crap that I need for baked alien soup and Saigon salad. I think those are the two I'm going to use. That takes the avobos milk. So I've made these. Okay. Oh no, I guess not, because there's not a the yellow check, the little yellow check mark, orange, whatever, says that you've made it for. So I'm gonna need to go. I'm gonna need to go do some gathering, and I'm for this one. I'm gonna need to do some crafting. Oh, smell okay. So I need the alpha boat. Anyways. Well, at least I have something to spend my gemstones on now. I sold 99. Probably not the best idea, but whatever. Check this one. I'll do a little bit more research, because if Lycon Bavaros is easier to make, I might those instead of baked alien soup. Because direct hit rate and determination doesn't seem too bad. Skill speed and direct hit rate too bad. Critical hit would be pretty nice. So I have 585. The real bad thing is if I need to go get more Abavos milk or whatever else I could buy with my gemstones after these are done. But then I guess I could just go do the ones in Shadowbringers and just finish those ones up too, because those are in a work in progress. Anyways, I'm out of here. That's what I did, is played at stream. Hungry. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Get out of here. All right, so tomorrow I am going to come back with Final Fantasy 14, and I'm going to finish the melee role quest stream might be a bit later because I do have a family thingy that I'm going to tomorrow. And that's happening. It's happening about 4 hours ago. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. And then when I come back, I will do my stream. The melee role quest, which it's Limsa, so I don't really care. I don't really care about Limsa. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be better than I'm thinking. But I doubt it. You know. And then Sunday, I'm gonna try having Sunday be a more relaxing stream. And I'm going to try to play games that don't take me, that I don't need to like read. I don't need to like read dialogue. I don't need to be like focused on the game in any way. Not in any way, but like I don't have to have like hyper focus on the game. But I'm gonna be trying to look for games that are really chill, which it's gonna be Tropico 6 tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Evil Genius 2 is also another one that's kind of oh, what's the word? A lot of waiting. So like it's not really that tense. Sometimes it gets tense. It's tense when you're oh, what's it called? When things are happening in your base, like super agents. But whatever. So tomorrow, Final Fantasy 14 Melee role quest. Sunday is gonna be a Tropico 6 stream. Monday, I want to have a bonus stream on Monday, and that might also be Tropico 6. Or it might be Dragon Quest on Monday. I pretty much haven't played Dragon Quest all week. I didn't, not all week. But Monday I might do a bonus stream just for Dragon Quest. That's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Hina is the best, and this picture is so awesome. I really need to, I don't know. I'm out of here. Food. Laters. Food.